Today's topic, I'm talking about nationality and the divine aspect and how it flies over Moors' heads, or our people's heads, right? We are all one people. We are all of the same breed and of the same ancestry. You understand what I'm saying? It's up to us to come together and solve our own issues. We can't allow and wait for other people outside of our race to do that for us. All right? That's a slave. We're trying to be masters. So, my qualm is one, I'm gonna bring a couple of things to notice. There's some new things happening now. Even if you look at a lot of people doing the RV Bay Publications thing, now they're forcing the Moors to have to communicate with one another. Because guess what? They don't sign off as witnesses anymore when you go get your documentation sealed by them. So you have to find other Moors to sign off. What's the message behind that? Formulate your own. That's the message. Drew Ali said, don't call him prophet. Why are we calling him prophet? He said, don't call him prophet. Same way Jesus said, don't worship me. Look at my works. The things I do, you can do also, and better. That's what the prophet was talking about. So these religious, dogmatic ideas now, and please, this is with all the love in my heart. I'm telling you this because I care. These dogmatic principles that are coming across Moors now is out of line. They're not in harmony. And this is why things are happening to certain Moors that shouldn't be happening. Because we're not in alignment. If we're claiming to be alkaline, our actions are acidic. This is why we're having issues. We're not getting what we're putting out. Because we're not understanding the process. And one, people aren't laying out the process. Everyone wants to be real general with shit. What do I do? Study. All right, I get that. Study, show yourself approved. But we gotta understand, yo, not everyone is built the same way. There are some people here who can research and comprehend and understand things and relay the message to other people in their language. Not everyone can do that. That's why it's a special gift. It wouldn't be valued if everyone can do that. So to say to someone, study, what you're saying is they're not studying. That's offensive. They are studying. There's a comprehension that you have that they don't. But see, you're another part of them. So they're really seeking help from themselves. But you want to say study. They've been studying the same way you study. You got a piece to the puzzle the same way they got a piece to your puzzle. But you want to belittle them and downgrade them and not lay out the process for them. Because, oh, they need to study. Not everyone's the same. And that shit is real fucked up. All right, that isn't love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to judge people. That is prejudgment on people. Everyone is studying. Everyone studies at their own level of understanding. We got to help each other out and bring a collective understanding so we're all on the same page. But everybody want to be individualized. Well, I put my time and effort into my studies, so this is my shit. And if you want to have what I have, you got to put the same time. I'm not saying that that's not correct, but you're there as a light. Be a light and help guide. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Be a light and help guide. How you gonna uplift fallen humanity if you're not willing to lift them up? To uplift someone, you gotta lift them up. That means you gotta show them a direction. You don't just put a sign and say that way. Nah, they're wandering in the woods like, which way do I go? They're looking for the sign. They don't know where the sign is. You know where the sign is. I know where the sign is. Other people don't know where the sign is. So you gotta be out there like customer service. Hey, over here. You gotta flag them down. Hey, over here. Come this way. This right here. Yeah, this is the sign right here. You know what I'm saying? You show them the shit so that they can explain to other people who are looking for the sign. Oh no, the sign's right there. Right there. You see? That way. It'll lead you there. That's upliftment. It's not, oh, well, the sign's around here somewhere. You know, just keep on looking. You'll find it. Study. What the fuck? So, a lot of things I'm seeing now is that we're not laying out the process for people. People are looking for process. A, B, C. What to do, what to do, what to do. And they are ready. They are ready. Somebody done turned up this morning. But, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta collectively be willing to uplift. We gotta be willing to share. Because like I said, we're ready. And this is the young people. I'm not talking about the old Moors now. Because even Drew Ali said, it's gonna take 50 years before you understand what I did. And then the new Moors are gonna come in with their eyes wide open. He wasn't talking about your eyes you see. He's talking about your pineal gland. You're gonna come with your pineal gland wide open, and we're gonna sit the old Moors in the back and show them how to do it. Because tradition is also creating. Tradition isn't just following what's been made. Tradition is adding on to what's been made. That's how you continue on tradition. You build on tradition. Tradition isn't something that's just statutory. This is what it is, and that's how it's going to be forever. Do you think the sun is the same way it was when it first started here? You think the same sun that shines on you today is the same sun from yesterday? You got to start thinking again. You got to start thinking again from here. All right? So, now let's get into law. Diversity of citizenship is not what people think. It's not what you think at all. There are three types of classes of people within every state republic. One, you have an inhabitant, which is the original peoples that was there prior to the formation of said state. Right now I'm in Washington State. So before there was such a thing created as Washington State, which has a birth date. Washington State has a birth date, just like every other state has a birth date. We as original peoples don't have a birth date. So we were here before the creation of Washington State. We are older than Washington State. We are inhabitants. Inhabitants can be citizens of their state republic, meaning you make sure that things that are being done in the public are being done correctly so it doesn't leak into your private. So with that being said, the diversity of citizenship issue is between state citizens of the republic and U.S. citizens or resident aliens. Example, I'm Moor. I'm a Moor American. That's nationality I've claimed. My family descends from Haiti or Amadia. Okay? So, with that understanding, I know that I'm already part of this land. So, if I'm an inhabitant already or classified as an Indian, right? Then my citizenship is already spoken for because I already have the origin in peoples. So I already have constitutionally protected rights by being a national or being born within a nationality. That's already spoken for. You don't got to fight for civil rights. You can't be a full citizen unless you have a nationality. This is why people can come from China, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and they can become full state citizens. Over here, and they maintain their nationality, and they still have constitutionally protected rights. Meaning if anything happens to them here, they're going to receive a call from their national government. Because reparations have to be made because you damaged or injured one of their citizens. That's an international violation. Diversity is between state citizens and U.S. citizens or resident aliens. If you do not have a nationality, you are not a state citizen of the Republic. Point blank and period. I'm just saying that right now. If you're calling yourself an American and you don't have a nationality, you are not an American. If you are calling yourself an American and you are not foreign to the U.S. corporation in terms of doing business and operations, you are not an American. You are a resident alien. You understand? You got to know the difference. So understanding Article 6, diversity of citizenship. They're talking about citizenship between a full state citizen of the Republic that has a nationality. See, it's a shame because nationality is made such a big discussion now. Nationality is like the baby steps. We're supposed to have been past that part. Nationality is already supposed to be spoken for. So when we talk about citizen, we should automatically have an understanding that nationality is present there. If it's not present there, you're not talking about a true citizen. But we don't understand that, so we think that national and then citizen are two different things. When the people created the states to do business internationally. And the states came together and they formed the US of A. United States of America. The United States of Americans. Created for the Americans. How are you American if you ain't got a nationality? That's all I'm saying. If I ask you for your identification and this is all you can pull out as identification, you are not American. You are not American. Americans have a nationality. They have a title to land. They're tied to something. You see right here? Ancestral estate. North, South, Central, Amexum. Or Africa, or what we call today America. That's where I come from. I'm an American. I have a nationality. I'm from the continent. You understand? But you will never find people from Africa identify as Africans. We do that shit over here. They do that. They don't do that over there. They'll tell you exactly where they're from. I'm Senegalese. I'm from the Congo. I'm Tanzanian. But they won't say I'm African. Okay. The bus is gonna take a while, so I got more time to talk and build with y'all. Yeah. You know, so Article 6 with diversity, you gotta understand that. To be a citizen, you have to be a national. You can't be a citizen without being a national. Anything other than that, you are what is considered a 14th Amendment, second-class Christian property, or chattel property. Meaning, you don't have any origins and peoples. Therefore, you don't have any constitutional rights. You don't have any constitutionally protected rights. You don't have any inheritance that you can receive. You're considered a minority, a child. You can't make decisions on your own. Somebody got to walk you ass through shit. So my question is, do I got to convince you why it's a good idea to own your things? To be in control of your shit? Do I got to express why that's a good idea? No, I don't. It's already innate. As a child, mine. You already understand that concept of possession, which is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of the law. So either you are the possessor or you are possessed. I'm gonna say that one more time. Possession is 9/10 of the law. So either you are a possessor or you are possessed. Spells. All day long. Spells. Operations. We don't understand the Zodiac Constitution. If we really want to understand what Drew Ali left behind for us as the original inhabitants of this continent, we got to understand our law. Because our law pertains to just us. The same way Chinese law pertains to just the Chinese. Brazilian law pertains to just the Brazilians. Right? Our law pertains to us. As original melanated people, we have the Zodiac Constitution, which is in alignment with the stars. Zodiac. The Zodiac. based on the stars, which governs all things that happen here on this plane, which is really a planet without the T. So, understanding the stars, know thyself. Who are we? Star people. So that means if I understand the Zodiac Constitution, I'm understanding myself. So there's a lot of people who will just go right into constitutional law and treaties, but not even take a look at the Zodiac Constitution. That's registered at the Library of Congress. That has a registration number that serves as the tax exemption ID number for Moors who use it on said landmass, known as America. So what's the issue? What's the problem? All the tools are here. Why are we not picking them up? What's the problem? Understanding. Nobody gives a fuck about understanding. That's the problem. Nobody gives a fuck about understanding. They want to make a quick note and keep it moving. They don't care about the upliftment part. You gotta uplift. You gotta be willing to uplift. So, we're gonna get into some issues right now, right? So since there is a diversity of citizenship, Article 6 also states, it's called the Supremacy Clause. All treaties and contracts made before the adoption of this Constitution shall be valid against. You know when you're going against something, that means it's not on your same side. You're not the same. It means you're opposite. You're going against something. It means there's resistance. So our treaties are not in place for the benefit of the United States. They are in place as a barrier against the United States. Kind of like how China built the the wall. Is that what it's called? Did I say it right? The Berlin Wall?
The Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall of China. The same way they got the Great Wall of China, that is there as a barrier against foreign intruders. It's not for their benefit. What about border control? Ain't that a form of resistance against intrusion? So our treaties are in place to be used against the United States. And they are valid today as they were before the adoption. Remember, adoption. All constitutions are adopted from treaties. If it's adopted, that means that it has an original mother somewhere that it came from. Where was the Constitution adopted from? Treaties. Specifically, Peace Treaty of 1786. But then if you really go into Barbary state treaties, because we are the Barbaries, or the Berbers, or what they call barbarians, which is just melanated peoples, right? Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm gonna break this spell real quick. You got Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp was the lead. There was a lot of Caucasian people in that movie. What type of people you see in the Caribbean islands? What type of islands are in the Caribbean? Jamaica, you got Haiti, you got the Bahamas, you got Argentina. Just to name a few. So those are specifically Caribbean people, you know, are melanated people. That's common sense. Everyone knows that off bat. If you're an islander, West Indian, Indians from the West. So, who the hell do you think the Pirates of the Caribbean were? Remember, we're in the Caribbean islands. Hot, tropical weather, sun. That gotta be nothing but us. That's us. So, understanding the Zodiac Constitution will help us diverse and understand the actual laws of the land. Because then it will help us understand our treaties and how we're supposed to operate and what is actually set in place for us as a barrier against foreign intrusion. As American. And I'm gonna stop there because I want you to digest what I'm saying. So understand what I'm saying to break it down into a nutshell. If you don't understand the Zodiac Constitution, you will not understand yourself. Quick examples, Article 6, you cannot be represented in court by Europeans, European foreigners, or the Negro slaves, aka esquires from England. You can't be represented by people. other than your own. 2, it's unconstitutional, according to nature, to be granted the permission to have a mate, or what they call today married. You're married by the stars. It's called the Zodiac. You're married already. So if you need another man's permission to do that, you're in violation of yourself. You just disrespected yourself and your ancestors. That's why you won't see any results in the real world, because you don't understand the laws that specifically specify to you. The Jews got their own laws in the synagogue. The Muslims got their own laws within their mosque. And then they take those laws and transfer them and convert them into society. Because there's a place in the Constitution for their laws. It's called diversity of citizenship. Diversity of citizenship. If you don't know that you are diverse, you won't know what applies to you. And that is what it is. So let's not fall in love with people's personalities, but let's fall in love with what they did, the fruits of their work, and let's fall in love with improving and building on that. Because if Drew Ali came back today, he would have told all of them to be like, you know, peace and blessings to the prophet. And I'm not bashing that. There's nothing wrong with showing respect and honor, but that's not what he wanted. He wanted results. He wanted works. He didn't give two shits about honorable this, noble Drew Ali that, prayer for noble Drew Ali. He don't give two shits about that. He wants the results. What are the results? What have you done with the tools? What have you built? And if you're just building another form of religion and lying to yourself and saying it's not that, even though all you did was just take Jesus and replace him with Prophet Drew Ali, feel free. But just understand that he created a civic organization for civics. Because he understands that religion is to realign yourself with who you are naturally. But we're suffering civically in society. Civics. That's what he brought, because that's what we needed. Those are the tools we need. But you want to bypass that and go right to, you understand, the religious aspect, and fall into the trap of dogma. That's why there's such discord and imbalance between Moors. One Moor says this, another Moor says that, another Moor says this, another Moor says that. Go into yourself. Don't look to other people for your answers. Go into yourself. And when you've gone into yourself and you can't find any more, then look to yourself. That doesn't mean look to yourself. That means look to your brother, because your brother and your sister is another part of you. When you give them, they'll give back to you what you need and what you're missing. Don't you get that? Upliftment. It's reciprocal. It's infinite. So I'm going to leave it out there. Study the Zodiac Constitution. Understand who you are. And then understand the treaties. And then you can understand your state constitution.